Whenever night you're floating in my dreams, like a butterfly, breathing down my neck, I could never stay.
On the Far Side of the Hill is a rock song I wrote, and it talks about the idea that the grass is always greener on the other side of the hill. The idea that people believe that maybe they're better off somewhere else than where they are now.
All aboard, join the trip to a life-affirming relationship.
I got the idea of life-affirming relationship after watching Judge John Deed on the TV. It's the idea of someone travelling through their life, always yearning or waiting for this life-affirming relationship, and then it comes along and it's personified as a bus that picks them up and takes them off to meet the person of their dreams. It's got two real violins and a cello and a viola on it, and it took me ages to write the parts. It took me about a week. Nightmare. Fun and games. That's really a story about a conversation that sort of takes on a personality of its own and gets out of hand. The good thing about that song are the chords. I played a lot of seventh chords on the guitar all the way through it, and it gave it that sort of Beatley sound.
My grandma came from the north. She said, bath, not bath, and grass, not grass.
My grandma came from the north is my perspective on something that happened to me when I was 8 years old, and I'd been on a day trip to France, and I came back and I bought my grandma this kind of toy snake inside a mustard pot on a spring, and I remember giving it to her in her kitchen, and when she took the top off, it sort of jumped into her face and she whacked me, and I've never forgotten that. Anyway, guitar solo is good.
Young for my age and I live on my own. I don't have a pet. The kids have all flown. See me, I'm like
Built Like a House talks about the perils of online dating. Starts off with me saying, that my glass is full to the brim and overflowing. The first question is your glass half full? Is your glass half empty? And it's really about the idea that it's all a fabrication and people make stuff up, and really it's not like that. People are quite ordinary, really. Anyway, hope you like it.
today has been the longest day, and now the night will never end.
The longest day, that's about the end of a relationship and the fact that once something's over, days just drag and drag and drag and drag. And I tried to make it sound a bit like The Temptations, but obviously that's a very difficult thing to do. But I tried to get the vocals right up close at the beginning and the harmonies too.
Do you think you know her well enough to hold her when she's crying? Do you think you know her well enough to love her?
Do you think you know her well enough? I thought that was a kind of line dance song, and it has a bit of an interesting pedigree. It started off being recorded in Dublin, and then it came here, and I took it to Cheltenham, and I replaced the drums and I replaced the vocals, which I did at home. And yeah, it's not a bad little song now.
She goes just like a dream, turning into vapor. I've got an account.
She Goes Just Like a Dream was deliberately ironic. When I say I've got a new motor, it goes like a rocket. It's a joke, sort of. It's really about events occurring in my life, and just as you reach out to grasp them, they kind of disappear into vapor. That's what the song's about. It has a real flute and a real oboe. The oboe's on the left and the flute's on the right. And I wanted them a bit further forward in the chorus, but they're okay. I wanted it to sound like The Laughing Gnome by David Bowie, really, which was produced by a friend of mine, Derek Fernley. Yeah, and at the end, that's an oboe solo on the left. Doesn't sound like one, but that's an oboe. Anyway, hope you like it.
There you go again, walking in the room. There you go again, I can smell your perfume. Are you happy now? So happy now.
I wrote the first two lines of Home and Dry one night when I'd just got into bed. They just came into my head, and I had to drag myself out of bed, which was a real nuisance, and go and write them down or record them. I can't remember which. And after that, I wasn't quite sure where it was going to go, but it obviously is autobiographical and talks about my life working in the North Sea. That's on one level, it says that, and how I came home, and things were not exactly as I thought they were going to be. So anyway, I hope you enjoy them all, and yeah, have a listen, and I better get on and write some more. Thank you.
Am I not home?